Welcome back right here on The Exchange, where your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. How does the country compare to other Southeast Asian nations in terms of cyber defense, and what best practices can we learn from our neighbors? Let's now have an exchange with Stephen Scheurmann of Palo Alto Networks, joining us now from Singapore. Stephen, great to have you with us. Are you concerned with all this hacking that's taking place here in the Philippines of major government agencies?
So firstly, mabuhay, Rico.
Thank you.
Definitely, I'm concerned, and I'm so concerned. I've been to the Philippines 3 times in the last 2 months. So that shows my level of concern and interest to help.
Interest to help? How are you helping us?
So, I mean, there's several elements. There's the public sector, and of course, there's the private sector. I mean, the most recent incident, of course, is Philippine Health. I think this is an excellent example where you see public sector government organizations that have a lot of personal data. They probably have IT systems that are not up to date to the highest standards of what's expected to protect personal data. I hear comments about AI as a double-edged sword. The reality is hackers are using AI to steal information. So the response at a minimum is organizations need to use AI to protect oneself. It's the analogy, if you go to a gunfight, don't bring a knife. So that's important.
So you think it's the budget, not enough investments are being made for cyber defense in our government agencies, which contain tens of millions of data and information?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Budget is obviously important. Secondly is to have the right tools, leveraging AI and machine learning and precision AI. And the third thing is having the skill set. So a government department can have a budget, but if you buy the wrong tool sets, it's still inefficient. You can have the right tools, the budget, but if you don't have the skills, then you also have a problem. I mean, the attack Medusa, which was at Philippine Health, is a very new threat. It's totally new. So the landscape and the threat is evolving constantly. So skills and being ready, being proactive is critical.
Indeed, you have to be proactive. And we were speaking with the National Privacy Commission, and only 4 or 5 or even 6 people, are being investigated and are not even behind bars. That means our laws are weak. The implementation is weak. There's no political will to put these cyber criminals behind bars. But Stephen, is this an isolated case, this hacking and the rise of cyber criminality in the Philippines, or is this commonplace in the rest of Southeast Asia?
Yeah, I'm afraid to say the level of incidents is increasing week on week. I see this every week now. So it's not specific to the Philippines. Why is the Philippines a target? Well, Philippine Health is a good example. You have a lot of data which is being collected. It's online. Criminals want this data to conduct fraud, identity theft, etc. So that's their end goal. It's across the region. And I didn't answer your first question. How are we helping? We work with organizations in the public sector to make sure they pick the right solutions. We help them build a robust cyber defense strategy. We skill up the personnel, and importantly, to be proactive, not to wait for an incident. If you wait for an incident, the damage is done. The comment about we hope this will be the last incident, I heard that comment. We hope is not a strategy. Palo Alto Networks is here to assist, to be proactive, to make sure this does not happen. Our line of work is to provide 100% every day the ability to protect an organization, private or public. Hope is not a strategy.
So, Stephen, what is the observation right now of Palo Alto Networks? You have PhilHealth. Now you have the Philippine Statistics Authority. Does it end there, or could other government agencies also be hacked, and we could see a revelation from these government departments very soon?
Well, I don't want to sound alarmist. The 2 points I will make is I suspect there will be more hacks coming and ransomware and phishing scams. But the more important part is we are ready. You know, ourselves as an organization, Palo Alto Networks, we're heavily invested into the Philippines. We have an official entity in the Philippines. We're committed to work with the Philippines government to make sure every government department, small or large or medium, is prepared from a cyber standpoint to be proactively ready for this. Because here's the thing, Rico. Digital services is critical for the Philippines economy to develop. We can't say, oh, let's just turn off the digital connection and connectivity. We have to do this. But in order to do that, you must have a robust cybersecurity framework. And we're here to deliver that outcome. So that's the end goal. So we're here to help. We're committed. I don't want to sound alarmist, but you've got to have the mindset there will be more incidents, almost surely. I mean, a few things in life are definite. A cyber attack coming is almost certain.
Thank you so much for this regional cybersecurity exchange. Stephen Scheurmann of Palo Alto Networks joining us from Singapore. And before we go, here are words from Apple CEO Tim Cook on security and privacy. If those of us in positions of responsibility fail to do everything in our power to protect the right of privacy, we risk something far more valuable than money. We risk our way of life. And this is the exchange who makes sense of the facts and the figures and the ups and downs of the business cycle, because your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Thanks for watching CNN Philippines. News you can use, news you can trust.